Mm-hmm.
Well, hello, hello. Woo, and welcome. Sisters, this is day number 2 of Redefining Her Success Virtual Summit with Dr. Anita M. Jackson and her executive team of Power Her Success Alliance. We are so honored and excited, oh my goodness, to spend the next 7 days, and actually 6 now, with you as we introduce to you at least 25 amazing powerhouse women who are here to help us redefine success so we can live on our own terms. Oh my goodness. Each of our guest speakers are here to help you make a powerful decision. Powerful decision. Decision meaning coming to a definite conclusion, as Dr. Anita would say, of who you are as a woman, who you choose to be as you live your fullest life, and how you choose to define and experience holistic success in every area of your life, of your business, of your money, and so much more. All of that is going to be covered throughout this summit. I'm your host, your co-host for today, Pamela Garrison, and I'm telling you, I'm excited. My excitement shows. So I am excited to be here because this is some powerhouse women in the house, and I'm excited to share this space. I'm already blown away by several messages I've already heard that I can implement some things and put into action now. The thing about it, when women get together, we know how to uplift, encourage, and impact one another. And today, you have the opportunity of introducing you to at least 5 more powerhouse women that's going to help you redefine your truth. Are you ready? Are you ready? But ready or not, oh, we're here to serve you. We are here. So this summit is all about real women. We're going to have some real conversations that's going to empower us to succeed in everything we do. And I know you see this beautiful woman next to me. I'm getting ready to introduce this powerhouse. Oh, my power sister, Bonnie Artman Fox. And I'm going to allow her to let you know how she served the world, how she served her sisters, and what she do in this life and in this space. Go ahead, Bonnie. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Pamela, I am also so excited to be here. Thank you. Yes, I am Bonnie Artman Fox. I am the founder and CEO of A Conscious Choice, a boutique leadership development firm equipping leaders with emotional intelligence skills to create healthy organizations. That is truly, truly my passion because I want to eliminate employee suffering from dysfunctional workplaces.
Eliminate employee dysfunction. Mm-hmm. And I know we have all experienced some of that. You know, I got a question for you. In redefining her truth, what would you say to a woman who's just feeling lost or inadequate, like she no longer matters in a workplace or in her life? How would you address that situation?
Mm-hmm. Well, it may not be very sexy, but it works. And that is to take a step back and pause and participate in what I call regard the scar. Regard the scar is a concept from my book, How Did My Family Get in My Office, where we reflect on what are our hurts, scars, wounds are really about, where we take a step back and reflect. We may do some journaling. We may talk to a trusted friend, a colleague, a therapist, EAP, coach, whoever, that we look at what's going on. What is driving this sadness or this sense of not feeling good enough? And this came also from my own background, if I can share that now, or if you have another question.
No, go ahead and share, please.
Several years ago, I was in my very first leadership position, and I was so excited. It was a job that I loved. And I was actually recruited for the position. I was up front and said, I don't have leadership experience. I'm not sure if I'm the person for you, which isn't that so often the case that we as women doubt ourselves? So yes, I did. They said, oh, you're going to be great. I take the job, and what was promised in terms of leadership development never happened. There were closed door meetings. Decisions were made without my input, and I was at a crossroads thinking, what have I done? I asked, what's this about? This isn't what I signed up for, and there was silence. And at that point, it was clear to me that although I had responsibility as a leader, I did not have authority. And it was causing me upset stomachs, sleepless nights, headaches. And instead of leaving that job, I chose to stay because I saw it as an opportunity for me to grow and learn and not allow myself to be a victim of my circumstances. With the help of a mentor, I was able to develop and learn emotional intelligence skills of what I needed to do to change the only person in that situation I could change, which was me. And I redefined my truth that I was good enough. I was adequate for that job. And I learned to stand tall and develop a backbone and no longer be a people pleaser and doormat and claim my contribution to the organization. And that was a turning point in my life. And that is why I am so committed to helping other women define their truth. But
I want to pause right there because you hit us with so many different nuggets in there. You started off with how you redefine, and I love the line when you said, I had responsibility, but no authority. Mm-hmm. That was powerful, and it's the way in which you embraced the challenge. When you said, I had to go back and redefine, the only person you can change, which was yourself. And then pulling on the inside of yourself to know that I got this. And because coming in, like you said, I don't think I can qualify. How many can identify with that? That really, how many times we've been in a position where we're in a place of leadership without authority. That was powerful. I just had to pull those nuggets out right there because those are things that I think we've all encountered, but then to have experienced it as your personal story and then to develop it. And then how did you make it work for you, even in your personal business?
Well, I then realized my family dynamics were in the office. I recognized that the situation in my work setting was very similar to my experience growing up. And my mentor said, sounds like your family's in your office. And I took that as my opportunity to say, okay, then here's an opportunity for me to grow and learn from this. And that's when I decided I am going to grow and learn from this. And I went on to stay in that job for 18 more months until then they offered me an 11% pay increase. Now, why would they do that? Because they couldn't find anything, quote unquote, wrong of what I was doing. And I did have grounds for a sexual lawsuit, but I chose not to take it. And I took the high road. And at the end of the day, my biggest victory was to outlast them. And I did. And I could walk out of there holding my head high. Went on to work in another department in the same organization and thrived because I chose to. Here's another nugget I hope that our listeners will connect with. Learning how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, of being in that tension of the conflict. And instead of people pleasing or running away from it, I chose to stay and learn and grow from it. And then fast forward, that experience led to me later writing my book, How Did My Family Get in My Office? as I interviewed leaders about how conflict was handled in their upbringing and impacted the way they deal with conflict. And as they gained self-awareness that this isn't working for me, just like my conflict style wasn't working for me as a people pleaser, the leaders in my book then share their story of how they transformed their conflict style for the better, and went on to become.
So let me ask this question then. What is one step that they can use today to transform a conflict style? So if we're currently doing something that's not working for us, give us one pointer that we can implement right now today in order to manage conflict better as we're redefining our truth.
I would say to look at, how is your family in your office? How is this situation taking you back home? Here are some examples. There may be somebody in your department who disrupts meetings, similar to another family member or a sibling created drama in your family life. There may be someone who has emotional outbursts that leaves everyone feeling stunned and speechless, that maybe takes you back home, that there was a parent or family member who had emotional outbursts that left you or siblings speechless. These are the type of situations that unknowingly we find ourselves in, situations where our family is in our office. And we want to tend to focus on, they're so bad. We finger point that this is just a terrible dysfunctional situation. And it is. I'm not denying that it's not.
Right.
Instead of looking at waiting for others to change, to reflect on and gain self-awareness, how is my family in my office and what can I do? How is this an opportunity for me to grow and transform?
And I love, the title of your book, my family in the office. And then I love this example because we tend to, and if I'm understanding correctly, we tend to deal with situations that are familiar to us, because if it's in our family dynamic, in a lot of families, we just, that's just Uncle so-and-so, and they're always that way. Or yes, that's just this so and this one, and they're always that way. And we tend to allow them to just continue to be in their way of doing things. But what I'm liking about this is you're saying, look at it. It's familiar to you, but however, we don't have to react the same way. We can change the way in which we respond. And then by that way, we're changing our environment around us. And so it really helps in your business and in your life, because I can only imagine that if you're handling in business, when you go home, it's going to be handled differently as well. So I really like that.
Yes.
It's powerful. It's really powerful. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Could I give you another example of a woman from my book?
Yes.
Regina, and these are not their real names. They gave me permission to share their story. So this is a fictitious name that she chose. Regina today is a very successful lawyer, but growing up, her family factor, as I define it, of how conflict was handled in our upbringing impacts the way we handle conflict today in the workplace. Her family factor, her scar, was that her mom had died when she was 12 years old. And her mother fully supported her dream of becoming a lawyer. After her mom passed away, her father did not support her dream. In fact, from her perspective, her father favored her brother and underestimated and undervalued her capabilities. She never talked about it. She tended to avoid conflict. The day came when she would graduate from high school, and she stood up to her father very calmly, without any angst, and said, "Dad, either I'm going to college to become a lawyer or I'm not going at all." And her dad, seeing her resolve, allowed her to go. So fast forward, then she goes through college, she thrives, and she graduates from college, from law school. Now she's in the workplace. And in the workplace, she finds herself surrounded with people who underestimate and undervalue her capabilities. Her family was in her office. But instead of being bitter and holding a grudge, being a victim, she allowed her credentials, her GPA, her accomplishments to speak for themselves. And that is how she redefined herself, that I am not going to be defined by what other people think of me or underestimate me. I am going to let my capabilities speak for themselves.
And are you getting that, ladies? I'm going to let my capabilities speak for themselves. How often we go around feeling like we have to prove ourselves to others based on what they're thinking about us. But if we just stand and shine, correct? Stand and shine in our gifts, talents, abilities that we have, others around us then will start to see our truth.
Yes.
Right? Our value and everything that we bring to the table. So many beautiful nuggets in this.
And Regina has gone on to be a trailblazer in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace.
Wow.
Because she didn't allow herself to be held back.
I love it. I love that that is her truth and that that is the ending of her story. Oh my goodness. So many good nuggets here that we can grow from, learn from, and implement now. So one other question I have for you is, you know, in the workplace now, women are often, again, filled with a lot of challenges. And I think all of these things kind of coincide with one another. So I know the answers may even overlap. But as I think pretty much everything you have said has been encouraging to help someone find their path. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Stay committed to what I call the 4 R's of conflict resolution. The first one I mentioned is regard the scar. The second is refrain to stop blame and not to be a victim. Take control of your thinking and be determined to, whatever challenges you face, learn from them. The third R is respect and connect. And this is where we learn how to, again, be comfortable being uncomfortable, stay in that tension, that messiness of conflict. We certainly know there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of upheaval in our world, in our workplaces today. Instead of reacting, interact instead of react in order to strengthen relationships and move difficult conversations forward. And the fourth R is resolve to evolve. That regardless of whatever comes our way, choose to be the author of your success, knowing that growth is lifelong and always be on that journey of how can I grow, how can I improve?
Beautiful, beautiful. Definitely a lot of information that we can use now to continue to grow. This has been brilliant, informative. Again, I told you, I tried to warn you that we have some powerhouse sisters in here helping us redefine our truth, redefine success, just to build us for our next level, wherever that is for you right now. So I hope that you are taking great notes. I've been taking my notes. We're going to recap on these things in a later segment, but definitely it's going to be some recapping. Bonnie, if someone wanted to keep in touch with you or follow you on this path, this journey of empowerment, what's a good place they can connect?
Sure. Thank you. My website is bonnieartmanfox.com, and I'm also active on LinkedIn.
That is awesome. So you heard it here. So wow, my power sisters, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed our conversations with Bonnie Artman Fox. She has dropped all kind of nuggets for us, and we're going to definitely stay in our truth, redefine it as needed, as necessary. One of my favorites is being comfortable and uncomfortable. And I say that because, you know, that's that part that makes us want to run.
Yeah, exactly. It does. Yes.
She didn't say put on your track shoes and run. She said, I'm going to stand right here And I'm going to stay in this, and I'm going to grow from it.
Yes.
And now she's a powerhouse sister, letting us know how it was done, how it has transformed her life, and she's on a mission to transform yours too. Ooh, this is some good stuff right here. So I'm so glad you joined us today. So glad you were here on this journey with us. And I know you know, how could you not enjoy it? It's so powerful. It's so encouraging. It's so dynamic. And I do hope you enjoyed the conversation. We're looking forward to your feedback on all of it. We're going to have more guest speakers coming your way, redefining your truth. It's going to be wonderful. I want to personally right now invite you to become one of our VIP sisters. And in that, you would upgrade your registration to receive all the interviews. You can have this right here at your fingertips. Anytime you need that reminder, anytime you need that push, you don't have to just try to remember it. Upgrade your membership so you can have access to all the videos, all the training programs of each of our powerhouse speakers that are coming to you throughout this summit for the next 7 days to help redefine your success. What a great way to build your power success library. And you won't regret it, I promise you. So I invite you to click the link below for more details. And you know, that's the best. We got more to come. We got more to come. We're nowhere near done. So thank you so much for joining us today, connecting with us. And you can definitely keep connection with us through our group. So I think that's it for now. It's so Bonnie again. I thank you so much.
Thank you, Pamela.
Bye for now. Until next time, we will be back with some more dynamic powerhouse sisters. To your continual success. This is Pamela R. Garrison taking a pause for now. Wow.